convention in Muskogee, probably a month ago. You know, and they pull these files off, I don't know where from, but they're like 3 pages long, and they're talking about every little thing, and you're just like, can you just please stop, you know? I mean, the basics you need to know about me is that I'm a carpet cleaner from Muskogee, who happens to be a state representative. My wife and I have been married about 29 years. We've got 3 grown kids. My oldest, Tyler, works for Senator Coburn in the Tulsa office. My middle son, Jameson, who's taking care of the carpet cleaning business now, is 21, and our daughter, Savannah, is 18. She's usually our photographer, but now that we're in campaign mode, she's doing a lot of different things. So that's the family. We've been in business in Muskogee with the carpet cleaning business for about 24 years, and you know, it's a small business. We've kept it small because we like family. We like the flexibility that it gives, and quite honestly don't like to have to pay all the taxes and all the insurance and all the stuff the government requires just to expand your business. So we've chosen to stay small. I've lived 48 of my 49 years in the heart of 2nd District in Muskogee. And just a little bit, I mean, I'm in my 3rd term as state representative. I always talk about we. I don't know if you guys do that too. You know, we're pregnant or we're, you know, this. I have to try to fix that. But people that don't understand.
We're not.
Small town. We'd like to be, but you know.
Darn.
We'd like to have grandkids someday, but you got to have the other half of the equation first. So you know, there is a progression. But you know, we believe that family is very important. And you know, I was elected in a 70% registered Democrat district. First Republican to ever hold that seat. So you've got to be able to reach the conservative Democrats, and believe me, there are some out there. There's some the other way too. But if you take the message of limited government, of accountability, of lowering taxes, they even like that message too. And I think Republicans have done well in the last few years because we have better ideas. They've used the same old thing that government's here to bail you out, and I don't believe that government is going to solve any problems. It's going to be the individuals who are going to take the time to face the tough issues that are going to solve it. My last term, I was actually unopposed. During my 2nd election, I had 9 either current or sitting legislators fighting against me because they thought I was a fluke to win the first time. The Democrat Party targeted me as one of the top races in the state, and we won by even bigger margins. So our 3rd term, we were unopposed, which we never expected that. But instead of sitting on our laurels and taking a vacation, we contacted every Republican that filed for office, and we said, let's help them. We sat down with a school of our own that we put together at no charge and said, this is what worked for us in the Democrat area. Because, quite frankly, Republicans from Republican areas, they've never campaigned in an area where there's Democrats. And things don't work the same. And we didn't want them to make the same mistakes, so we worked with about 11 different candidates. We worked very hard with 6 or 7 where we walked the streets, we made the phone calls, we helped them. You know, they would send their information to us, and we'd say, okay, you need to change this, change that. You know, if you really want to win, you know, so we were helping with those races. We walked for Kyle Burmeyer. We walked for Micah Thompson. We were down with in Durant with Josh Burkeen and Dustin Roberts. In fact, I loaned my son down to the Burkeen camp when they were running against Senator Gum, and thankfully they got the gum out of the Senate.
Now, how do we keep the corn out?
Well, yeah, I know. We need to keep the corn out, too. So.
Yes.
Yeah, and I've heard that name, too. Let's just hope he pops and goes somewhere else. You know?
It's so hot, maybe he'll become popcorn.
Maybe he'll just pop and go someplace else. But, you know, so we were very excited about the changes. Before the election in 2010, there were only 3 Republicans. There was a representative in Grove, 1 in Claremore, and 1 in Muskogee. So after the election, we now have 10 if you take in redistricting. We have 3 senators and we have 7 representatives in the 2nd district. So we are making some huge strides as far as politics. You know, Rusty Farley, who, you know, he just passed away, very unexpectedly on July 4th. He won in an area where the registration was about 11% Republican. He spent $70 and he won. So we have some real attitude changes. Oklahoma has typically gone conservative in the federal elections, but now they're even doing that on the state elections. We need to move that down to the county level, to the school boards, and get everybody involved, because we need to work from the bottom up to make changes. And once they realize that Republicans are not scary, that we're just ordinary people too, we have ideas, that they're going to think, okay, well, I really don't agree with the Democrat platform, because if they ever read it, they wouldn't. That we can change our registration. And I think if we continue to make the strides that we're doing, we're going to do that. You know, in McAlester, we lost by 105 votes. I mean, 55 people switching a vote would have changed that election.
And they might have all been dead.
Well, they could have. You know, it's interesting. I walked some of my areas up by Bragg's, and you'd be surprised how often those empty lots have voted. And Roger Maddox lost by just a couple hundred votes. So we've got a couple of really good chances. We've got some open seats in the Senate that we're going to have some great candidates. So, you know, there's 31 Democrats